See, what I think, the moment we think that we know everything of any particular field, suppose let it be language or let it be my work
Hmm.
profile or anything. The moment I think that I know everything of this, that creates a kind of arrogance in yourself. In
Yeah.
I think so that arrogance will never allow you to learn further. You'll stop from there and you start declining from that level to further. I'll say downward. Yeah.
Right. It was quite a long weekend. Did you enjoy your weekend?
Yeah, a bit. I enjoyed it a bit, but not. I'll say it was not a longer weekend for me because as far as this Saturday, Sunday, and this 15 August is concerned, I was involved in some of the activities of my workplace. So yeah, it was bit engaging. I'll say.
Hmm. In the
Yeah.
weekend also, I mean, this weekend was supposed to be an off, no?
Right, right. But there was some requirement from my workplace side, so I had to do that.
Right. That makes sense. Fair enough. Right. So I'm assuming you didn't get quite the rest that everyone else did.
Yeah, yeah. You can assume that.
Right. Fair enough. All right. Before I proceed, any doubts, questions, anything that you want to ask?
Not really. If something is strike in between the conversation, then I'd definitely ask.
All right.
But
Fair
as
enough.
of now, yeah, I don't have anything. Another thing I would like to say that I do not find sufficient time to go through the session document, so I would rather prefer to go off the topic. Yeah. If
All right.
if you have any, then you can suggest me so we can discuss on it.
Right. Off the topic, as in, would you like be okay with extempore topics?
Yeah, it will be okay. No problem.
Hmm. Fair enough. If
But
you
it
have,
should be. No, I don't have any right now. You can ask so that I can go ahead with that.
hmm. Okay. Wow, that is difficult to decide. Where there are too many topics, so that's that. But fair enough. Right. So let's start with this. How has been like? I think you have been here with us for like around 40, 42 sessions. So how has been your journey with Clapingo till now?
So initially, I had taken a subscription of 3 months, and yeah, it was a great time on this platform, and yeah, I had. I'll say I have improved a lot as if I go through my first video the recorded sessions,
Hmm.
then from that to this point, I'll say yeah, I can definitely watch. I can definitely find that difference in me. But yeah, there is always a scope of improvement everywhere. So yeah, I'm still trying, and hopefully one day, yeah, I'll not say I'll be very perfect in this language or anything because scope of improvement will always be there. So yeah, so I'm working on it.
That makes sense. I think scope of improvement is always there. Like no matter what you achieve, there is always going to be something better that you can achieve. So that's there. Because for even advanced learners like us, advanced speakers like us, it doesn't mean that we are very well aware of English or that we have done everything in English. There is obviously still scope of improvement for even us. We can go
Right.
ahead and improve our vocabs. We can improve our modulation of tone and voice and things like that. So that always
Right.
is there. So I think that's like to be perfect in any language is quite not possible. Language is like
Yeah.
endless.
Great. See, what I think, the moment we think that we know everything of any particular field, suppose let it be language or let it be my work
Hmm.
profile or anything. The moment I think that I know everything of this, that creates a kind of arrogance in yourself. In
Yeah.
I think so that arrogance will never allow you to learn further. You'll stop from there, and you start declining from that level to further. I'll say downward. Yeah.
That's true, actually. I mean, at least I would say for us, like for people who are still working, for every working individual, there is a huge scope of improvement regardless of their field. If you really go with the assumption that now I know everything and now I don't need to learn, I think you're stopping your own growth at that point. You will either get stuck in the same kind of job, or you will be stuck at whatever point you are in life. And it just gets depressing for you after a certain point where you are like, why am I not moving ahead? Why can't I do better? So I think you should always leave that space for yourself that I have achieved a lot, but there are still things, ahead of me that I can practice. So
Yes.
that's that. And being
Yeah.
said that, I think, yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Please, please. Nothing. Nothing.
No, no, complete your sentence.
No, no. It was. I was just saying that. Yeah, I'm 100% eco with you. Yeah, as you say, that the moment we start thinking that we have achieved a lot and there is nothing further to explore, that moment only we stop learning. We will not learn further. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And I think learning doesn't really stop. I mean, there are so many examples of people who, started such big firms at a very, very old age, right? And they succeeded in it.
Right.
So I think learning and progress does not have any age. You can do it at any age, at any point in your life. So it's very important to leave that area for yourself to, always sort of grow ahead or learn from other people. I'm not saying everyone will end up being a billionaire, not like that, but you will get something out of your life. So that's definitely there.
Great. Great. One more thing I would like to add. See, we all have got one life, and we all need to explore as much as possible. You do not need to preserve something so that you can use that time in your next life. It is not going to happen. You have this life and you have to explore everything in this life only. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say try to explore as many things as possible. And yeah, in terms you learn a lot of things, you explore the life.
Hmm. That's true, actually. I would agree. I mean, often when you tell people that, you should explore more, and they say that no, we don't have the time to explore, we have jobs, all this is very philosophical. Uh, I would always say that, exploring doesn't only mean that you need to go and travel to Africa. No, it doesn't
No.
mean that. It exploring basically means giving yourself timely breaks to try out new things, and it could be as small as trying out a new restaurant. Even that will give you joy, even that will make you happy. So just trying out things, it doesn't always have to be something expensive, it doesn't have to be a Europe trip or something like that. It can be
Agreed.
something small within your city also. So that's
Agreed.
that. But yeah,
Agreed.
I think. Mhm.
Uh, one thing I have in my mind I would like to share with you. Uh, I was trying to learn this language, English language, speaking practice skills. Since I was planning to learn this from past 4 to 5 years. I was planning, but I never executed it.
Right.
So yeah, this year I decided to go deeper into this so that I can learn. So I tried all sort of things that I can do. I went outside and I tried to enroll myself in a offline institute, but
Mm.
it doesn't worked out with me because of my office hours. So yeah, so I decided to go online, and yeah, I came across this app. So
Mm.
yeah, what I want to say that we have a lot many things inside our heart, inside our soul that we want to explore, that we want to go ahead with that. But we have already made a barrier uh,
For
that
ourselves.
yeah for ourselves only. How to
Yeah.
how will I'll go ahead? What are the things required? All this stuff. But yeah, once you decide to explore, once you decide to go ahead, nobody will stop you. Yeah, you'll explore everything. So yeah,
That's true.
that mindset was there, that was always keeping me back, that no, 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 how how I will go further in this. So all these
Mm.
things, so we actually, when you get when you give yourself time, that means you sit somewhere and you calm down yourself and think what actually you want to explore further, and
Mm.
you give yourself that kind of motivation that yeah, I'll go further into this, and I'll try my level best. Let's check out. Then you cross that barrier actually. Otherwise, your mind will keep on uh, making you full, and you'll keep on regretting later. Yeah,
That's true. Actually, I would agree with that. I mean, it's always better to give things a shot than regret later. Regrets can really, really make you sad after a certain point in life, because I feel like when people are above the age of, 55, 60, and like you don't have a lot of people around you, your circle has gotten shorter and smaller. So I think at that point you really start to like regret things. Like I see my, grandparents, and I see people who are older than me, my parents. When I ask them about these things, they always say that we have certain regrets, and we regret it because we could have done it, but we still didn't, right? So
yeah,
I think, yeah, so that fire you have to do something, you should take full advantage of it at the moment you're having that fire, because once it dies out, it only like stays as a regret for the longest period of your life, and that can really make you sad, because anytime somebody asks what's good in your life, you start to count your regrets and not the happy moments. So that's
agreed,
what.
agreed. And it is not with only older lot of people. Actually,
Yeah.
it is happening with us only. We,
Yeah.
see, uh, what we think, if we could have done this, it could have been much more better. All these stuff, we keep on revolving ourselves. Yeah.
Mm, that's
So
true.
yeah, uh, uh, we don't live in present actually. We live more time in past, either in past or in future.
Or in future. True.
Yeah,
Because I mean, when it comes to really achieving something or learning something, we always tell ourselves that right now I don't have time, maybe I'll do it next year, maybe I'll do it after
agree.
2 years, maybe I'll do it once I have gotten a promotion, I'll be more free at that time, I'll do it then. So these kind of things always like make you sort of extend your things to the future, because you're constantly thinking that future will be better, but we don't realize the future would be better if you are really working towards it right now. So if you're taking the risks right now, if you're taking those things you want to learn, the courses and everything, if you're doing it right now, then it's going to benefit you in the future. So it's always better to sort of I mean, I'm not saying that do not plan your future. Of course future planning is important, but also like give be more concerned about the present and less about the future. So that's that.
Agreed.
But regardless, I think it's hard for people to do it. It's always, I think it's easier said than done. So that's there. I know saying everything is easy, sometimes implying is very tough, but one
Agreed.
can try.
Yeah, we say we should live in present, but yeah, most of the time uh, we either be in our keep ourselves in past or in future.
Yeah.
It is obvious that one cannot live always live in present. Yeah, we have to think of about our future, and yeah, our past is important, just not to regret, just to learn.
True.
It is important that what kind of mistakes we have already made, and we should uh, learn from it. Yeah,
Yeah.
if we have an eye in that respect in our about our past, then yeah, it's better. But if we are keep on reminding ourselves about our past, that we have done that thing, we could have done that thing better, all these stuff, then yeah, regretting is not a good thing, I'll say. Yeah, you can learn from it.
Yeah, true. I would agree with that. I mean, um, regretting sort of puts you down. I feel like we should always sort of give ourselves that chance that maybe I've not done it yet, but I can still do it. So giving yourself that space is always helpful for you and your mental health. Regretting can really put down your mood. It can put down your entire will to really explore the things. So that's there.